big one, the Coastal Road. There have been many questions, asked, especially by His Excellency, my dear friend, Atiku Abubakar is a senior friend. And he was asked, I'm going to run the 7 posers that I put forward, and I'm going to answer them. How much is the total cost of the Coastal Road? The answer is that we cannot put, even when a construction starts, you can't fix the cost of the construction. It's ups and downs, and that's why we have variation on price, VOP. And that's what we have reviewed. Because if the cost inflation comes up, you have to review the project. But the first section is, phase 1, section 1. And by the way, what is Coastal Road? Coastal Road is 700 kilometers running from Lagos, Ahmadu Bello Way, passing through the coastal states, about 9 of them, and they're terminating at Calabar. And it has phase 2, which has a spur on the Badagry-Sokoto Road and a spur on the Enugu-Abakaliki-Ogoja to Cameroon road. So this is phase 2. And so phase 1 is being procured in sections. So we started with 0-point, which is the starting point of the project. And the 0-point is, the first section is 47.47 kilometers, which translates to, in terms of how much is 1.067 trillion. Some people say we paid 1.067 trillion. The answer is no, we have not paid, but we have paid money according to the Procurement Act and according to the policy of the Federal Ministry of Works. So the second section is starting from, this one is starting from Ahmadu and running to Deep Sea Port. And the second section is starting from Lekki Deep Sea Port and is running to the border between Ogun and Ondo State. And that is section 2. And the first section is 36 months, the second section is 36 months, and they're going to be running independent of the other. And so the third section is starting from Calabar, the end of the project, and is running towards Akwa Ibom. And that's going to be 65 kilometers. Another section is going to start from, Port Harcourt, moving towards Bayelsa. And that is going to be the first section. The fifth section is starting from Delta and running towards Ondo State. Now, it does not necessarily mean that all these, 6 sections are connected. No. The idea is to start activities on all those roads. And there is none of them apart from the one of the section 1 that is less than 50 kilometers. There is none that is that. So when this, are started, then we start interconnecting them. And so we are also designing, redesigning, aligning, and realigning based on situation on ground. So we can only tell you the cost of each of the section, but you could have an estimate. And by the time I finish, you can form an estimate by yourself. But it's not going to be, it could come up, it could come down. And that is it. But the most important thing for us as Nigerians is, what is the importance of this road? And then, is there any value for money? And the answer is yes, I'm here to run the figures. And when I run the figures, you do the comparison. The second one is that they said, why is it that federal government is funding this project, whereas it is a PPP project? In a PPP project, is there are 2 types. It could be operate and maintain, and it could be built, operate and maintain, and sometimes, transfer. That is what the PPP is. But the project we are doing, the Coastal Road, is EPC plus F, which is engineering, procurement, construction and finance. And in all EPC plus F, the federal government, the client is required to have a commitment. They say it's where your money is, that's where your heart is. And so the commitments is to underscore the commitment of federal government, to say, look, we are ready to do this job. And I give you an example of EPC plus F. We have the already concluded Kefi, that is near Abuja to Makurdi. That project is completed and is EPC plus F, being executed by the China Harbor, company. We have another EPC, federal government pay 50% of the counterpart funding. We have another EPC plus F, which is a road that is running from Makurdi to 9th Mile in Enugu. And these are all inherited projects. It's also EPC plus F. It's ongoing now. And it's also the federal government is committed to 15% equity funding. And so the return on investment is very huge and it's very convenient. And the people will no longer probably, be the only means of traveling is going to be by plane. People will take joy in traveling by road because along the entire corridor we are using solar light. Along the entire corridor, anywhere you are told you are also going to have tow stations where you have filling stations, you have hotels there, you have viewing point because all our roads is going to have CCTV, so that instead of blocking the road, we stay at a point with security agencies, you view what is happening on the road. And so our intention is that our response time for any eventuality on that road should be 10 minutes. And that's what we are doing on Tom Mainland Bridge. Yes, we might have completed the decking structure. I also ran through the Tom Mainland Bridge, going down to Falamo, and I saw that the beauty job that is done by the Ministry of Works is also bringing in, creating another problem. Because when you descend from that point, you now see a very bad road, down to Falama and so on and so forth. I'm looking at it. The problem is funding. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me if the money is there. So, but under the bridge, we are building an observation point. CCTV is yet to come on the bridge, but it has been paid for. And then solar light, we are replacing the entire light with solar. And then, of course, the speed limit. Somebody was asking me yesterday, because a lot of people are dying on the bridge, what are we going to do? If you put bumps, people suddenly climb the bumps, and it will cause multiple accidents. We continue the advocacy, but we're also going to be talking to road safety to stay by the side of the bridge. We have a lay-by, and then they will use their flag to flag down, vehicles that are going on high speed, and they will be up there, their people, and then down there with their people, and anybody doing more than 80 kilometers could be arrested and prosecuted. That's the only way we can control that, for now. There will be no bumps on Tom Mainland Bridge.
The road is a welcome project, and all we are just trying to do is to ensure that we minimize the cost to the people and the government. If we reduce the number of houses that will be affected, it will reduce the impact on the people and also reduce the compensation to be paid by government. So this is a very good development, bringing people together. There is no way you make homeless without breaking necks. That has been established. But the whole matter now is to reduce cost to the government in terms of compensation that we paid and the cost to the people. So it's a very welcome development. This meeting has been so timely. Thank you.